Good afternoon. So I've been posting some pictures on the community line. Posted some videos this morning that I deleted. Wasn't really in the mood to do that, right? Things don't turn out well whenever they're like forced, right? Every single scientific physics picture that you have is from clearly studying the light, right? Whose light? What light? Right? Because those are fake lights. So in my cabin, what I did was I mixed a whole bunch of different light bulbs together and took one of my paintings, one of the ones that people can't make out what it is on the surface. Haven't done a painting like that in many years. That's how all my first ones were. Maybe I'll do another one. I've been thinking about it. I need to. And I recorded it. And with the way that the light was up there, I was able to film a gray alien just walking around in my backyard. Right? When all hell broke loose. Yeah. No better way to describe it. Which tells me that there is shifts in the light that reveal or hide certain things, right? So when you're out in the woods or the park, the way the shadows, the way the light, whatever, it can be very easy to be in a space of manipulated light. If you've ever noticed, like on UFO crafts, there are different colors, right? In the windows, I've seen this like firsthand, yeah, and a coworker has, yeah. So that's just something else put in your thought bank, yeah. But whenever I animated my painting, I had one of those like 5 light bulb lamps, and I mixed different light bulbs with it, and I put the painting there, and I filmed it. And when I filmed it, it animated the painting. There were like these things. It looked like a big mountain, like through the mountain, like throwing things off the mountain. But it was completely animated. All those little characters that you see in there were all animated. No, I could have been in an energy vortex area. Very, very possible, right? One thing you'll notice about like the Montana vortex, other vortex areas where the electromagnetic field is different, usually runs in reverse. Everything, the trees and things around it are bent. They grow differently. They run the complete opposite of how standard physics models show you. So if I had to guess, I'm just thinking that there are people who teach, promote this standard model, and then there are those who operate on the opposite model, right? There are these natural areas all throughout the U.S., everywhere. Should you find yourself in one of them, then you things get funky. Yes. So I started noticing like weird things, right? One, I feel it first, right? I feel it first. And one day I was like riding home. You ever been like sitting out somewhere, like you can hear the bees, you can hear like the birds, little chirps, whatever, and then it's just like eerily silent, like you're in a vacuum of some sort, right? And there was this strobe light on Pittman Center Road whenever I was heading home late one night. And I thought that was kind of weird, right? But then, like, really weird things started happening, right? Like, strange things showing up on my porch, terrifying me. Strange things in my backyard. People being strange. People having, like, snake eyes. Making prehistoric spears. My room looking like an ocean with fish in it, right? I didn't just see this stuff now. I saw it then, right? But what is going on with the sky looks like what was going on with my painting. So, like I said, there are things in the space with you. And this is where we get into the little science space projects and such, where they put supposed satellites up or whatever, or have a big mirror set up in different parts of the earth, right? You see what I did with those lights in the videos this morning? Do you see how whenever you change it, like the effects are different? Yeah, what you see is different, what you can hear is different. That's the big idea, yeah? And if I'm not feeling particularly like energetic in movement space, right, then I usually don't do videos like that. That's why I deleted them. They're not the best. The best would need to be done with like music with no words, and when the time is right for that. That's when you force things, you don't get the best quality of anything, right? Like energy knows. Anyways, I've got some mundane issues to deal with. Like, my cats apparently have been going to my landlord's house and just chilling in my landlord's house. That is a problem. My space is so small. I don't know what to do with them, right? I do not want to keep them cooped up. They are not going to have being cooped up in the house. They're just not. So then you're like, well, you have to pick one. What? Right? I was thinking about bringing them back to the farm where I got them, the pasture, right? But they don't know any of the kitties out there, right? So, I don't know what to do with them. I can't keep them cooped up in a house. I don't feel like that's right. Some people are okay with having like house cats that they like. My space is very small. It would be okay for like one cat, but not two. So I have two options. Would I could keep them inside and see how they do, right? They're going to be upset that they can't go outside. That feels so prisonous, doesn't it? I would feel like it's prisoners if I were a cat. But then, if I go release them on the farm where I got them, they would have food. They would find food. Like, right? Cats are natural hunters, but not only that, like, the guy that I got them from, like, feeds the hordes of cats. It's like, would they think that, like, I abandoned them? Would they care? Right? We get attached to things, don't we? Yeah. We have to learn to detach from things and do what is in the best interest. Yeah. And what is in the best interest is sometimes not what it looks like or sounds like or feels like to others. Correct? Yes. So there's the dilemma. There's the issue with having a bunch of, like, whenever you hear the conspiracy community talk about, like, they've got a fake sun and blah, 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 that's what they're talking about, right? And if you ever notice, like, on their little depictions of planets and stuff, I don't know if they draw them or not, right? I don't know. But I know that what they call planets looks exactly the way that looks in a telescope, does it not? So, you be the judge. And then, to get a little further into that rabbit hole, go down the rabbit hole of, well, you've gone to school your whole life and been told X, Y, Z about your existence, the planets and whatnot. Who made that up? Whose ideas, whose beliefs are you running on? Generation after generation after generation. Whose beliefs are they? Who made it up? Who come up with it? Right? Like, the fact is that you are all creators. You're here. You can create. Someone is choosing to do the creating in for you, and that's where you get the brainwashing, indoctrination. That's where you get year after generation going to school and learning that you are on some big spinning ball. Yeah. Does that mean it's true? No. It's just what you've been told. How much of what you believe is just something you've been told? Just something to ask yourself, yeah.